welcome everyone. I'm Ari Lax, and tonight I'm going to be recording with the deck that Ross Merriam featured in his deck digest recently. This is the Many Land Swans deck, or Seismic Assault Swans deck in Modern. So this was a deck in Standard, and the Standard deck functioned a little differently, but the core was still the same of play a bunch of lands, play Seismic Assault, and Swans of Bryn Goal. Then you get to discard a land to Seismic Assault, deal 2 to Swans of Bryn Goal, draw 2 cards, fill your hand up with lands, etc., and just kill your opponent. The modern list is a little different because the Cascade cards that were core to the standard list no longer really exist in the format because Bloodbraid Elf is banned, but you have a lot of other tools. So you have Life from the Loam to fuel Seismic Assault if you don't have Swans, so you have a backup plan. You have backup Seismic Assaults in Molten Vortex. You get to play Interaction, Lightning Bolt, and Helix. And you get to play Countryside Crusher, which is pretty good in your land-heavy deck. There's not a lot of other spells to talk about because you are playing so many lands, so that when you start targeting your Swans, you draw enough lands off of it to keep going. You've got Simeon Spirit Guides. You have these to accelerate into your assaults and your Swans just to have a faster clock. You have these are your lands that just make mana, do nothing else. These filter your basics into Seismic Assault mana. You got your lands that do things. You have a ton of temples because you need to find spells. Ghost Quarter to recur with Life from the Loam, Horizon Canopies to Turbo Loam. And then you have approximately a million fetches in basics. 2 plains, a forest, 2 mountains, some red duels, and 10 fetches. So this deck's pretty straightforward, not doing a lot of special stuff. Moving to the sideboard, it's very heavy on hard-hitting effects. You aren't really messing around. There is this one Wear Tear that's kind of hard-hitting, but everything else can be considered some like hard-hit permanent in some way, except for maybe Sigarda that's just kind of a big threat, and then Ahiri. But we've got Mind Sensor for the various land combo decks, Stony Silence for artifacts, along with an Ancient Grudge, and the Wear Tear. Also, just the artifact decks in general. We got some of the more powerful cards with the Wear Tears, Flex against random enchantments, a Leyline against Burn, a couple Oozes, Bog, Trap, and Cage against Dredge, which I was willing to not adjust the list for the bans because I think people will still be showing up to these leagues with Golgari, Thug, Dredge. Tom Ross seems to be a big fan of doing that. Also, besides Trap, these Dredge cards are like reasonably flexible. Like this is good against Burn and against random other decks that use the graveyard. Bog is a land that you can recur and find, which is good value, and then Cage stops the various creature combo or the toolbox deck, so that's fine. Got a Spellskite, handle Burn, in fact, all the various things it always does. Sigarda just is a big, hard to answer threat. Anger the Gods against creatures. Again, another card that's slightly targeted for Dredge, but I think it's probably the best one you could play anyways because it kills Kitchen Finks and Voice. And then an Ahiri, I actually have no idea what the Ahiri is for, but the card's great, so it's in here. So yeah, the deck is, this might be one of the simplest deck techs I've ever done because there just aren't cards. You just play your things and you hope they're good enough.